Hello, and welcome to the Keto Witch channel. My name is Michelle, and I would love for you to join me on my first attempt on making keto soul bread. In honor of the Sabbat Lamas or Lunasa, I decided to bake keto bread from scratch. I got the recipe from this book, Keto Gatherings by Christy H. Sullivan. Here are the ingredients you will need. 1 1/4 cup of whey protein isolate, 1/2 cup of oat fiber, 1 packet of active dry yeast, 1/4 cup or 1/2 stick of unsalted butter, room temperature, 2 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 12 ounces of cream cheese softened, 1/4 cup of heavy cream, 1/4 cup of bacon fat or coconut oil, melted but not hot, and 4 large eggs. The ingredient list along with the brands I used will be included in the description below. You'll want to preheat your oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Begin by mixing all your dry ingredients together. Using the large bowl that my protein isolate was in, I added the oat fiber, baking powder, xanthan gum, baking soda, cream of tartar, and the packet of active dry yeast. I didn't add the salt only because the butter I had was salted butter. So anytime this happens to you when creating a recipe, you can always leave the salt out if you only have salted butter. You'll then want to whisk all the dry ingredients together, making sure that they are well blended into each other. I went ahead and turned up the speed on the video so you wouldn't have to see how long it took me. In a separate bowl or in your hand mixer bowl, go ahead and combine all the wet ingredients. This includes the cream cheese, eggs, heavy cream, butter, bacon fat or coconut oil, and vinegar. Go ahead and mix together on medium speed. Once in a while, I like to stop my hand mixer and make sure that everything is mixing in together. As you can see right there, there was a piece of butter that was not mixing in. You'll then want to use a sieve to sifter in all the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. I would sift in about a cup or 2 of the dry ingredients and then combine it into the wet ingredients with my spatula. Just be careful that you are not over mixing. I went ahead and changed my angle here just so that you guys can get a better view of what the mix will look like once you combine both of them together. I then went ahead and blessed the mixture. Anytime that I am doing a ritual, I do like to place my hands over the ingredients or any of the supplies that I am using and say an invocation. You can use a prayer, you can use a chanting of some sort, whatever feels natural to you, you can do so. If you just want to say what you're thankful for and what your intentions are for doing this ritual, you can do that as well. I do share a lot of my invocation wording during my Moon Circle gatherings that I co-host every full and new moon of the month. And if you want any information on that, you can go to my Instagram profile. It will be in the description below. There is a link in my profile there, and it will direct you to more information on my moon circles. Make sure you have a greased up 9 by 5 inch loaf pan ready. I didn't grease mine up because I am using a stone loaf pan and those don't need greasing. After I poured all the mixture into the loaf pan, I did decide to sprinkle a little bit of the herb thyme onto the mixture. This is optional, and actually you can use rosemary. You can use whatever herb you want to season your bread with. You'll then put it in the oven and bake for 45 minutes or until the loaf is golden brown, and you can insert a toothpick in the middle and it comes out clean. You'll want to make sure that you let your bread cool off for at least 15 minutes before slicing into it. And I find it that it's best to use a serrated knife so that you can cut it a lot easier. I actually think I cut these pretty thick, but it's okay. My husband and I wanted to enjoy a slice with butter. You can store the bread in a refrigerator for up to a week. And here you'll see that I served my husband and I a slice of the bread with butter, and we decided to enjoy it with a peach hot tea and celebrate August Eve. My husband was a fan, but I gotta agree with Christy Sullivan in that it's not a perfect substitute for real bread, but for it being a keto-friendly, low-carb bread substitute, I did enjoy. I can't wait to toast it, use it for sandwiches, and even use it in some spell work. I hope you all enjoyed watching the video, and if you try this recipe, please share and tag me on your social media if you post any pictures. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to my channel. You all have a blessed Lamas.